Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Unapologetically Unstoppable Woman podcast. And we have Angie and Ann and me here today. And last week we had a fabulous guest, Michelle, and she was talking about how she was working so hard and working so hard and trying to take care of herself in probably a lot of the wrong ways. And so if you haven't watched it, you want to watch last week's podcast. But one of the things that she talked about is that it was her stress levels that got her to the point of being so ill. And so today, ladies, we're going to talk about ways to relax and take care of ourselves. So, anybody want to start?
Yeah, I don't mind. Go ahead, Ann.
You,
You
you,
you
I
go.
will jump in because
No.
I just think, as with many things, we've been told relaxing has to look a certain way. And you should get this from it. It's almost like there's a rule book of if you do this, you've relaxed. It doesn't, for me, it's not sitting in front of the TV. It's probably chasing some crazy animal around or playing with the parrots in the aviary or cutting my grass so I can sit back and look at the lines in my grass, my new freshly cut grass. Grocery shopping, every single aisle. I want to go up and down every single aisle. That relaxes me.
And
Said
well,
no
I
one
will.
ever.
Exactly, exactly. Yeah, well, I will agree with the mowing the lawn. I love to mow the lawn
same.
because it's good exercise. I'm out in nature. And yes, you see your accomplishments. You see it, and then you can look, for at least a couple days. It still looks good. And yeah, so I will agree with you on that, but not the grocery store. No, 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 no.
Come on,
In
where are
and
my
out,
grocery
in and
shopping
out.
peep? I know you're out there. I know there are other people that want to go up and down every aisle.
I'll go downstairs and bring Dave up. He'll tell you how he likes the discount aisle and oh, we don't shop together.
No, John and I don't either. No. The what do they call that? The Aldi aisle of shame that has all the great deals and stuff in it. Uh,
Oh, never heard that.
Oh yeah, that's like a big thing in our area because Aldi it really is a great store, but
Hmm?
it has like this discount and it's random. You never know. So if you see something, you better get it because it's not going to be there the next time that you come in. And I don't know why it got the nickname of the Isle of Shame, because that is one aisle where I will walk down and I will look at everything in there because you never know what good things you're going to find. I just bought a new a rug for our entryway there for $6.99. I mean, you cannot get a rug for $6.99. That's super cute. So anyhow, uh, too funny.
Okay, so how do you relax? Clearly, it's not the Aldi aisle of shame.
Yeah. I'm all over the place when it comes to my version of relaxing, and it depends on what my body is telling me. And sometimes it is dancing around like a crazy person to one of my favorite songs. I'll put on YouTube and put on my favorite song, and I'll just dance around my office like a crazy person. And then I'm like, oh, that felt so good. And I feel chill and relaxed. And then other times it's going out in my pool and I love, my neighbors probably think I'm insane because for hours I can just walk in circles and just walk in circles, listening to my music, feeling the sun, listening to nature. That's so relaxing for me. And then other times it is putting on a movie and just going, you know.
Yep.
And it's I'm all over the place in what is relaxing for me.
Yeah. I agree. I am too. Sometimes I need to do something. Sometimes I need to take a walk. Sometimes I love to read. I'm more of an introvert, and so I love to read and going out on my back deck and there'll be sun and just sitting there and reading, have a snack and maybe a glass of wine. But it's just really relaxing. But there are so many different ways. Now, I teach my clients different ways to relax. And we were talking about this before we started the recording, doing, and Anne mentioned it too, doing you hear people say, well, you got to do this, you got to do this in order to relax. And I teach meditation and I love my meditation practice and I think it helps me a lot. And I can tell when I'm not doing it regularly, but meditation isn't for everybody. So just like Anne was saying, what works for me doesn't work for everybody. So it's very personal and it doesn't have to be a weekend trip someplace because if you think about it, how much stress is there preparing for the trip? And then you get to relax. And then whether you're driving home or flying home, there's the stress of all that. So when you come back, half the times you don't feel relaxed. I don't know, am I crazy?
No.
No. I mean, maybe yes, but not in this instance.
Good point.
No, you're right. I joke all the time. Like, I love going places, but I hate the process of getting out of town. Like, it stresses me out so much. So, we all have different ways, different things we do to relax. But what are some of the reasons that, especially as women, here's why you need to find what your relaxing thing is? Because those things are less different. Like, we all deal with the same things.
So I call them taxes. Like, as women, we pay so many more taxes, and I'm not talking financial, than men for a lot of reasons. Because we have the second shift tax. It's like we have our job or we have our business, but then we go home and we still have things to do. We still have
Right.
responsibilities at home. And I'm not saying men don't have any of those taxes, but a lot of times, at least the women who I'm talking to, and me, out for example, I just pay a lot more taxes than my husband does. And so we have, the cleaning and the laundry. And I mean, I don't cook, but the cooking and if there's children and the mom taxi and all the different things that those are taxes that we pay. And then we are the emotional support, not always. I want to speak more in um not definitive, but in general, we're more of the caretakers, and so we pay the emotional taxes of, if someone who we love is hurt or needs caring for in some way, we put ourselves on the back burner and we go. So there's a tax that we pay there. And then our time, a lot of women, not all women, but a lot of women are, um, they want to be helpful. They like to be helpful. Some take it a little too far and are people pleasers. And, there are those out there as well. But once again, that's a tax that we pay. And the taking care of ourselves in the form of relaxing, how do you wiggle those in between the taxes?
And what makes us feel like we have to do all that stuff? Because I'm seeing the younger generation, so I've got nieces and nephews, and I'm seeing that the men in the relationship are pitching in a lot more than like when I grew up. So it was my mom stayed at home and cooked and cleaned, and her day never ended until she went to bed. So, but I'm seeing, so I'm really encouraged with what I'm seeing in my younger nieces and nephews who have families that they are pitching in because moms are working now. And it used to be for years, like I was divorced and never had any kids, so I didn't I didn't have that feeling of being a mom, like coming home from work and being a mom. But instead, I worked 60 hours a week and I had my own home and I came home and I worked the yard. And so it was like a constant something. But there is that period kind of around our age ranges where moms were moms and they worked long hours and they were still moms and dads weren't necessarily, again, generality, weren't necessarily pitching in as much. And it takes a lot out of you. And I know women who have been hospitalized because they couldn't say no for whatever reason. And that's not, it's not good for you. It's not good for your family. It's not good for your business. It's not good for anybody, but we don't know how to say no sometimes. Unapologetically.
That's because we're too busy being unstoppable.
That's right, exactly.
That was great.
That was good. Perfect.
Yeah, I agree. There needs to be that balance. And I don't know if I was told as a kid, this is what you do when you're a female. Like, I don't really know how we got there, but I feel like society has said women are the homemakers,
Mhm.
men are the breadwinners. Well, when women are now the breadwinners, not now, but for a long time, breadwinners and homemakers, like where's that balance of, okay, well then we need to share responsibilities. We need to do things differently. And I do think there is a social shift. I think we're
Yes.
starting to see where some of those old rules that have been in place that I'm not even sure how they got there, where they are being challenged because we
Yes.
just can't do it all. And I think as we continue to focus on health, and there's so many people talking about women's health right now, and the
Yes.
stress and the hormones and how they affect your body, like I think as that voice gets louder of, hey, you do need to take downtime. There's nothing wrong if you let the laundry go or if you don't vacuum the house today. Your health is more important,
Yeah.
which brings us back
Mhm.
around to how do you relax?
Yeah.
And sometimes I relax by vacuuming, not because vacuuming relaxes me, but living in a clean environment does. So I'm like,
Mm.
okay, if I just put a little bit more effort, then when I sit down to watch my show or make my grocery list or do whatever thing I'm going to do, I'm doing it in a clean environment, and that makes a difference to me.
Mhm.
True.
Yep.
Mhm.
Well, I don't know this. This is my own anecdotal analysis of kind of where a lot of this came from. But think back to, I don't know if anyone ever subscribed to Good Housekeeping magazine.
It was always in the doctor's office,
Yeah, it was always
the
in the
dentist
doctor's
office.
office. And I don't know why. I mean, I moved out when I was 17 and I started subscribing to that. I have no idea why, because I didn't get married till I was almost 31. I never had children. I mean, but I found some of the stuff super fascinating to listen to how the advice that was being given in there. And it was so, you know, women are the caretakers, the homemakers, you have duties. And I'm like, ooh. And, I'm like, whoa. But I found that stuff super fascinating, even at a young age. And there is it's gone viral, the Good Housekeeping checklist of, to have a happy man, you greet him at the door, the children are clean, quiet, and you have his favorite drink and his slippers, and you are put together nicely. And I'm like, who the
What?
what?
I don't think so.
Yeah, no. But that, I think um that comes from, yeah, like society, or so, I'm not sure, but that mentality. And I think women tend to be more nurturing in just by DNA, I guess. I don't know, because we have the ability to bear children. And so if we ever are pregnant, we are responsible for nurturing this life that is growing within us. And so I think by DNA, we have this just innate ability for nurturing, and some of us have it. I'm not the best nurturer, so on the continuum, I'm on the lesser side. I'm like, suck it up, buttercup. You got 2 hands and 2 feet, figure it out, which is
Yeah.
probably reason why one of the better reasons why I didn't have children. But
Um,
so yeah, I think we've just that I don't know
yeah.
has been ingrained in us.
Well, and one of the things that Michelle was talking about last week, and it just came to mind because, how do we relax? And, sometimes we think that we have to do a weekend away or, spend hundreds of dollars on a massage, which I hate anyway. But one of the things she talked about is go out in nature. And I've got my flip-flops on, and after this, I'm going to go outside and just walk in the grass. It is so healing, and I think that's part of the reason why I and probably Anne like to mow the lawn, because you're in nature. Even though you're mowing the lawn and you're working, we're in nature. We are so, especially these days, because everybody's got a phone, a computer. I've got another monitor here, that we have so many electronics around us that that impacts us. We don't realize it because we don't see it,
Yeah.
but it impacts us. And I will guarantee you that even though, and I know that I should get up every 25 minutes, I don't. There are times I don't even realize how long I've been sitting
Yeah.
until I stand up and I'm like, holy moly, my butt hurts. Am I allowed to say that on podcast?
Yes, you can say but.
Oops. But, so just spending a couple minutes out in nature is relaxing. Like I said, I do love my meditations. I love to read, and there are other ways that and you were talking about, having the clean rug. I love the clean kitchen, so that's still work, but I enjoy it because I enjoy the outcome or I enjoy being in nature.
Yep.
It's healing.
Yeah. I have one of my favorite aunts. She loves to sweep. I mean, like literally she will sweep her house every single day because one of the most relaxing things for her is then to sit back. She loves the lines in her carpet. And she just loves to be able to sit back and just enjoy the lines in her carpet. And it seems so unconventional, but there's no right. That's the nice thing about relaxing is there's no right or wrong. It's what works for you,
Mhm.
and that's the beauty part of relaxing. It is so broad and so vast, and but then you bring it down, it's so individual.
Yes.
you know
Yes. And coloring. I have an adult coloring book.
oh
Remember?
yes,
Yes, from our friend Angie.
yes.
And it's so fun. I mean, just all these like fun little things to do. And
Mhm.
it's right here. So if my brain is like overtaxed, I'll just say, okay, shut everything off and
Mhm.
just color or do one of the puzzles or something like that.
Yeah.
Be a kid again.
Yes.
What do you love to do? Ask yourself, what do you love to do that you haven't done in years?
Yeah.
What do you
childlike
love?
childlike playfulness is so underutilized for adults because they
Yes.
think, oh, that's silly, or we talk ourselves out of it, and it's like, oh,
Yeah.
what will people think if they find out that I do like to color, or play with rubber duckies in the bathtub or whatever, and it's like, who cares if it works for you, do it.
Yes. Yes. I was at a Reiki retreat a couple weeks ago, and we had a really what we have a fantastic instructor, Franz Stina from uh, that anyway. Um, and it was funny. It was such a great exercise, and I could not help myself. We broke for lunch, and I skipped all the way to lunch. I couldn't help myself. And everybody was like looking at me and laughing, and other people started skipping. When was the last time you skipped?
Mhm.
It's fun. It really is fun.
I love that. Yeah. And just having, laughter. I mean, your body can't tell the difference between fake laughter and real laughter. And so you
Yes.
can literally force yourself to fake laugh, and then
Mhm.
quickly it becomes genuine laughter. And there's so many, there's actually research done about this,
Mhm.
that all of the good benefits that laughter has.
Yes.
So you can
Yes.
fake laughing, which
Mm.
seems goofy, and I'm I don't want to say only a level one, but I'm a level one certified laughter yoga instructor. And it's every time I've done it with a group, everyone starts off going, "What the heck is happening?" And then by the end, everyone is just dying hysterically, going, "What are we doing? But this is so much fun." you know?
And they have a hard time stopping, right? Because I've done laughter yoga before. Yes. Even if I force myself to laugh for like a minute, I have a hard time stopping. You can't just like stop it like that because it feels so good.
It does. And before you know it, it becomes real laughter. And so it's a lot less effort, because when you're forcing yourself to laugh, you actually have to be conscious about it. Then it starts to shift into the subconscious, and you're just like, this is the funniest damn
Yes.
thing I've ever done, but man, is it good.
Yes.
Now I just need laughter yoga with goats.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Ah,
We need to start combining some of these and
what the because there's laughing goats, right? Or is it the screaming goat? Which ones do you love?
screaming goats.
The screaming goats.
Screaming goats makes me
Oh,
Yes.
laugh.
That's one of Anne's go-to. She loves to
It,
watch what screaming goat
scream-
videos, right?
screaming goats. Yep, it does it every time. Real laughter, real like cry, tears coming down my eyes,
I
laughter.
love it.
That's it. Well, I
Yeah.
think this is like awesome, just different ways for people to relax. And the one thing I kept thinking as you were talking, we have to give ourselves permission to relax, I think, as women. I
Mm,
think
Yes.
that is so huge. So, you know what? I need this. My body is telling me something's going on. I
Mhm.
may not know what it is. Just give yourself permission to get up and walk away for 5 minutes or to color in your coloring book or to play a silly game for a few minutes and just take that mental break.
mhm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Even if I don't know about everybody else, but I know, especially if I'm trying to get something done, like I will sit here and I will sit here and I will sit here and then you know what happens? I start making mistakes because I've been sitting too long. My
Mhm.
brain is tired. I'm tired, but I'm like, just another 10 minutes, just another 10 minutes. And I forget if I would just get up, step away, maybe laugh, maybe skip and come back, I'd have it done in 5 minutes
Yep,
because I have more clarity.
Yeah.
I
Thank you
love
for
that.
that, Ann. Thank you for that, Ann. Yes.
Absolutely. And listeners, we would love to know, what are some of your favorite go-tos that work for you? Because I know I don't want to speak on behalf of Anne and Lori, but we love to try new things. We love to learn about new strategies and techniques
Mhm.
and things. And so we'd love to hear some of your favorite relaxing strategies, techniques, and different things that you're doing. And the other piece that just before we wrap up here, before is relaxing doesn't have to be like this hours long process. It can be 1, 2, 3, 5 minutes, it doesn't have to. And I think we get caught up in that all or nothing thinking. And it's like, well, I don't have time for an hour-long massage, but everyone has 5 minutes,
Mhm.
and like, think about, you got to go pee sometimes, so skip on your way to the potty, or
I like that. I like
right,
that. I like
like
that.
do something different, and or walk backwards, just something different to
Ah,
shake things up. You're going to the water cooler to refill your water, you know walk backwards, or walk and do a spin and a twirl, or just shake things up a little bit, and you'll be amazed at
yes.
how your body and your brain and all the good juicy chemicals, they shift in a real positive way.
Yes. Can I share a real quick thing? So this comes from a Christmas gift exchange. And this I just happened to notice it sitting here and I have it close because it always makes me laugh. It's a pink um, Statue of Liberty and it's a chicken. And when you squeeze it,
So random.
and it
That's like my little whirly guy.
yes,
You
yes.
know,
So having things like that around just to make you
just,
laugh.
yes, random fun
Random.
things. Um,
Yes.
yeah, that I got that at the dollar store, and yeah, and it just feels good, and it's just kooky and weird, and
Yes.
you know, but
This was fought over at the Christmas gift exchange. I
that's
mean,
Wow.
something as silly as this was fought over. I won.
that's super fun. Super fun. So, yeah, listeners, definitely let us know. We would love to hear,
Mm.
we'd love to learn from you of the different things that,
Yes.
yeah.
Make us laugh. Tell us a joke.
Well, thanks, ladies. This was awesome as always.
Yes,
Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
definitely. Great conversation. And until next time, this is the Unapologetically Unstoppable Women podcast. Bye.
Bye.